Hello everyone, my name is Raisen and welcome to Raisen's Spray Booth. And as you guys can see, the back bumper of this Zen Estelo is first of all not fitted properly on the car, and on top of that it has too many scratches on it. So I'm going to repaint this bumper and I'm going to fit this bumper back on the car in a correct manner. This video I had shot many years back guys, which I forgot to make, but now I am doing it. Back then I did not have good video shooting skills. I used to shoot just like that. So you will not get that good video shooting skills in this video, but it is going to be a very interesting and a very informative video. So see that you like the video now only, and if you are coming on this channel for the first time, see that you subscribe. So come on, let's start the video. So guys, first thing that I did is I separated this bumper from the car so that I could work on it nicely. So here my bumper is now totally separated from the car. Now if you go very close to the bumper, then as you guys can see how many scratches are there on this bumper. And if you see on the back side of this bumper, then you will notice that all the extensions on the back bumper are broken, as you guys can see. Now the clamp on which this bumper sits, that clamp only is broken and is come out along with the bumper. You guys can see that. Then all the small extensions on which this bumper sits have all come out. So immediately I kept this bumper on top of a table and I started with the sanding process. Now since the scratches on top of this bumper are tiny scratches which sometimes go just by doing the sanding, so here I am sanding only in those places where there are scratches on the bumper. And once I am done doing sanding on all those places where there are scratches, I will take pressured air and I will blow out all the dust that has been created through sanding. Once I blow out all the dust, wherever I will be applying the putty, I will take a wax and grease remover and I will wipe the surface. Once I do this, my surface will be free from dust, grease, grime, because this wax and grease remover will take out all of that. And then when I apply the putty on the surface, it will get a good grip. So once I was done cleaning the surface, my surface is now ready to apply the putty. So the next thing that I will do is I will apply SD's grey putty on this bumper. This is a very light putty guys. You can only use this putty on tiny scratches. If your dent is too big, then you cannot apply this putty guys. In that type of situation, you will have to apply body filler. This is a very cheap putty guys. You don't even have to add hardener in this putty. It is like an Indian glaze putty guys. You can apply this directly on the surface. So once I was done applying the grey putty, it needs time to dry, around 2 to 3 hours. If you don't give it enough time to dry, then you can't do the sanding properly. If you sand on a wet putty, then your sandpaper will get spoiled very fast because the putty goes inside of the sandpaper because it is wet, and because of which the sanding process is also affected and your sandpaper will also get spoiled very fast. So give it 2 to 3 hours to dry and then you can start with your sanding process. But before I start with the sanding process, I will apply guide coat on top of this putty. So here I am applying the guide coat because when you apply guide coat, it becomes easy to know which is the high spot, which is the low spot, because when I start to sand with the block, it will take out all the high spots first. And like this you know where to sand more and where to sand less. So here I am done applying the guide coat. So now for this guide coat also I will have to give some time to dry because this guide coat also takes time to dry. So once the guide coat dries, I will start with my sanding process. So to do the sanding process, I will make use of my DS sander, because when you make use of a DS sander, your work is done quickly guys. What it means is, if you are doing hand sanding and it takes you 1 hour, and if you use a DS sander, then you can finish your sanding process in around 20 minutes. It smoothens the surface well also guys. But the thing that you will have to keep in mind is don't sand in one spot for a long time. If you do that, that spot only will become a low spot, and again you will have to apply the body filler on that spot. So here I am done with the sanding process guys, and here my surface is leveled now. Once you are done with the sanding process, see that you blow out all the dust with pressured air, and once you blow out all the dust, you guys can see how smooth my surface has become. Now wherever there are black lines on the bumper, what has happened there is the bare bumper is exposed there because of too much sanding. Now what you will have to do on those spots, that I will show you further in this video. So keep watching. So here my surface is nice and smooth now. All the tiny scratches are gone now. Like this you will have to touch the surface and check everywhere. You will have to check visually as well. So once you are happy with the high spots and the low spots, you can proceed further. So here I'm happy with the finish. So the next thing that I will do is I will use higher grit sandpapers to take out all the scratches that have been formed by the lower grit sandpaper. So you will have to use 4 types of sandpapers here. Which are those 4 sandpapers? I have already made a video on that. If you guys have not watched that video yet, then I will put a link of that video in the end screen, so you can later go there and watch that video as well. Now as you guys have noticed, sanding plays a very important part when it comes to autobody and painting to acquire a nice and smooth finish. The finish that you will get if you don't use a sandpaper will be a very bad finish, guys. So the art is hidden in the sanding process, guys. The more good you are in the sanding process, the better finish you will get, guys. So here I am done sanding with all the sandpapers now. Now I will wash this bumper down thoroughly. So the moment you wash down this bumper, all the dust that has been formed by sanding process will be washed down, and you will get a nice and clean bumper. Once I'm done washing down the bumper, I will let it dry and then I will wipe it down with a wax and grease remover. Once I do that, if there is any wax, grease or grime on the surface, it will take out all of that. Now as you guys can see how smooth my bumper has become. Now the next thing that I will do on this bumper is, wherever my bare bumper is exposed or wherever there is black visible on the bumper, that is my bare bumper exposed. I can even apply primer on top of that just like that, because this bumper is not going to flex that much or it is not going to bend that much. But even then I will apply adhesion promoter on all those spots. You even call this adhesion promoter as plastic primer. I will apply that so that my paint will get a good bonding with the surface. Even if this bumper bends because of some reason, then also the paint should not come out of the bumper. So wherever the bare bumper is exposed, I will make use of a paintbrush like this and I will apply the adhesion promoter. Now this plastic promoter evaporates very fast, guys. It disappears very quickly. So before it disappears, you will have to apply surface primer on top of it. So guys, like this, if you want to learn autobody and painting in depth, and if you want to do your own paint jobs, then I have created a step-by-step course on it where I go more in depth in the videos. What I mean by that is, I tell every bit and part of what I am doing and what I am using in the process, so that you guys will get a pro-like finish. And now you can learn the process from the comfort of your home. So watch all the videos, see what tools you will need, watch how you will have to set up your chip spray booth. So sit in a relaxing manner and watch all the videos and absorb all the information. And once you understand and learn the process in a relaxing way, you can start investing in the tools. The only two first things that you will need is a compressor and a spray gun. The rest of the tools you can invest in later. But even before investing in the compressor and the spray gun, I recommend you to learn and understand the process first. Otherwise, you will end up doing the expensive mistakes that you will never want. So I have put a link of my course in the description below. Don't waste any further more time. Go there and get yourself enrolled. So once I'm done applying the plastic promoter, I will start to mix the primer, because immediately I will have to spray this primer on top of my promoter. You can even mix and keep the primer before applying the promoter. All that depends on you. So immediately or within 3 minutes, you will have to apply the surface grey primer on top of the promoter and cover the promoter. And wherever you have applied the putty, you can't spray paint directly on the putty, guys. You will have to cover that as well with the primer. So once I'm done applying one coat of primer, I will wait for some time and I will apply the second coat of primer as well. And the second coat I will be applying slightly thicker coat, because the first coat I have applied a thin coat. Once I apply both these coats, I will have to give it time to dry. So I will allow it to dry the whole night, and tomorrow morning I can work on this bumper nicely. So this video I will end here, guys, and I will divide this process into 2 parts, and in my next video I will be applying paint on this bumper. So don't miss that video at any cost. So see that you subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon so that you will get notification every time I release my new video, and like that you will not miss any of my videos. So if you found this video useful, then see that you like and share with your friends and family. Till then, I will see you guys in my next video. So bye and take care.